Hello everybody, welcome back to another YouTube video. Just want to start off by saying sorry I wasn't here last week. Got a little bit busy, but that's absolutely fine. I'm going to try my best to make sure I keep up with this and make you a YouTube video every single week. But if I miss one, I miss one. I'm only going to be human. And I do have lots of things to do, so apologies I missed one, but we're going to get straight into it and cover probably the most hot topic news story of the week, and that is Fred Richard and his new uniform that he is debuted. So let's jump in. What do you have to wear as a gymnast? Obviously, the requirement is leotard and longs and shorts. So there is actually certain colours that you can and can't wear. They have to be of a light colour. You can't have dark. So you can't have blacks in there. And they can't also have a really dark navy blue isn't allowed. So what you have to do is on every apparatus is actually leotard and longs, yet on floor and vault you're allowed to substitute those for shorts. So on floor you can actually still wear longs if you wanted to. Most people don't though. Obviously we all know what they look like. A leotard tends to V down at the bottom. Quite often now we have them almost like a built-in where it goes down into shorts. People normally put shorts on underneath there. And they're very restrictive, as very clearly stated by Fred there. You are very tight, it's not comfortable, and if you were to go to any training gym, you wouldn't see a single gymnast in a leotard. The only time we ever wear them is at competitions. And it's very similar with longs, so a lot of people think they're the funny trousers, funny pants that hook around your feet. Obviously, the whole reason as to why we wear leotards and the longs and shorts is for aesthetic. The sport has a certain look to it, and I think that's what Fred is really going for here. It has this history, this standards that cannot be deviated from. You must wear this. It's very strict in the rules. The second is from a judging perspective. So if you've got clothing flying around going everywhere, it's hard to see what's happening with the body. You can't see leg bends, etc., what's happening there. So it's definitely for that. And then that plays into a safety factor. So you don't want to be swinging around pummel with your t-shirt flying and getting your hand caught inside of it. And that's probably a big one as well, and kind of why they stick to the rules. But it's the way it's always been. And I'm going to go out there and say, hats off to you, Fred. Absolutely. Why not challenge the status quo of that's the way it's always been? So it comes with two folds. We're going to go down what it is, the uniform he's done. What do I like about it? What don't I like about it? And what do I think could happen in the future? So what has he done? Obviously, he's debuted it this weekend, and we can see he's got a vest tucked in, some nice big basketball shorts, and some nice leggings underneath there. Now, it's a clean look. I actually don't think he's gone as bold as he could have done. You can make any of the print, the logos, anything on it, whatever you want. And we've actually seen a lot more people come out with their own styles now. We see majority of the American college athletes, they have their name and numbers on the back, which is quite good and gives you an originality. But here, he's gone for a nice, simple, stated piece with the Michigan M on it. And it's clean, it's good, and it looks all right. I need to be more excited. I think you could have gone bigger with the design. I really like it. To be honest, I really like the top. The loose, baggy vest, I'm a big fan of. And I think the shorts, I think that's where I went wrong. And I think it's purely just an American and British differences here. I think they look like basketball shorts. They look a little bit too big and baggy for my personal liking. But I think that's just my personal taste. So if I were to wear this, I could probably have slightly shorter shorts that fitted me and the style that I like, and I think that should be absolutely fine. So obviously he's gone out there, he's debuted it, he's shown it out there, and he's been like Michael Jordan, going in the basketball game, who got fined for his shoes. And he's not being fined, but he is being punished. And actually, I would say this is a bigger consequence to him than Michael Jordan's. Michael Jordan was financial. This is actually taking away points from his game. So imagine knowing Michael Jordan, every time he went there, he'd lose 2 baskets. Like, they would be taken off of him. Seems very unfair. That is what's happening here. So you get, I believe, as a 0.3 neutral deduction for not having the right attire on. That can actually be from not kind of necessarily wearing socks or something, or wearing incorrect uniform to your teammates. Within a team, you have to wear the same uniform. So he's getting a 0.3 deduction per apparatus, this will be. So definitely adds up there. He's getting 1.8 deduction of his overall score. Now, I think he's only done this, he will only do this in in-house competition. I don't think Team USA would allow such a thing to happen on the international circuit. At the Olympics, he's not going to be doing this yet. I think you'd have to have a whole team go out there and go say, yeah, we're going to do this, and make a statement. And we saw it on the women's side, actually. The German women went for a full leotard, wrists down to ankles, to stop that side of the sports kind of being sexualized as such. And he's gone for the complete opposite. To all those children out there who are young kids being told, that's a girl's sport, you look too girly, you're wearing a leotard, you're doing ballet, etc. Now, we shouldn't do that, but the reality is that it happens. And I know from my own personal experience, I was told I was doing a girl's sport, I was girly in a leotard. And I'm proud of the sport, I like it, but even to this day, I will still get people, grown people, making the same joke, and it gets silly, it gets tiresome. So yes, you should empower yourself and empower the leotard. And I think we've seen that. I think we've seen a lot of leotards be very unique, very identifying to themselves. People have put really a lot of love and effort into them. So that's cool. But he's making a statement and he's changing it. So we've seen the routines, we've seen him compete now. And I'm only going to say another negative thing is it looked a bit like he was in podium training to me. So I've seen the videos, seen his routines, and I thought, oh, this is a training video. This is a pre-competition video. And it just didn't look professional. But maybe that is purely something that I've grown up with. I need to change the way I view the sport. So I actually got my girlfriend to look at the video of the competitions, and I didn't tell her he changed his leotard. I just said, do you see anything different in this video? And she didn't. She didn't notice, which told me everything I needed to know. It's completely unnoticeable. He has done it very, very well, actually. So to the non-gymnast viewer, it looks like fantastic gymnastics still, and they're not distracted by the uniform. And that told me everything I needed to know, that it's a really good piece, he's done really well, and he's executed it perfectly. I kind of moaned about the white longs. I thought they didn't really go with the colour scheme, but she said, well, they worked really well, blended in with the socks. She really liked it. So I think there's just a bit of personal taste on what the uniform looks like. But that's just, what are the colours? What colours do you like? What fit? What style? But the fact of the matter that it was a loose-fitting vest and a loose-fitting shorts made no difference to the actual gymnastics itself and what was going on screen. And so for that, brilliant. He has set out a legacy and he has gone for it, and I think it's really, really good. Brilliant, in fact. So I will give a big shout out to is Sam Oldham, because Fred is not the first to slightly change the uniform. Sam Oldham did this. So I'm going to bring up, he did it on a very minor scale, but he brought out an old school leotard that had the old school longs, which had the old braces go over your shoulders on the longs, and pull up some photos here of some old school gymnastics, probably from the 40s or so. And that's what they used to wear. And he debuted this leotard. I'm pulling up his Instagram. He put it out in 2019 here. Now, that wasn't as big of a change, and I haven't checked the rules, but it might even be allowed to have such a style. But yeah, he really made a statement piece, and I really liked it. But Fred, he has definitely made a change to the uniform here, and I'm here for it. I think it's really good. I think it's really exciting, and I'd love to see other styles come out. So I want to challenge the NCAA. I think they're the only ones that can actually do this. I think they can have a big impact on the sport to actually make it happen. They already had their own set of rules that they put in place. They had the stick bonus in place, and now it's in the code of points. They could make this change because they don't have to necessarily follow the rules. They have enough competitors in there, and they can say, you can wear this loose-fitting clothing. That is entirely up to you. And we could see Illinois, Ohio, Michigan, we could see all their leotards all come together and make a whole different kind of style of athletic wear. It'd be nice. You can have home and away kits. You could also even make some longer sleeves, short sleeves. We can make some different sizes there. I think we need to be very careful. There do need to be some specific rules here. I mentioned long and short sleeves. I'm actually now just saying it out loud, thinking about rings. You could necessarily have a long sleeve, loose fitting top, and you can almost bend your arms in a cross. So that I don't think should be allowed. So you've definitely got to see the elbows. You want to be able to see the shoulder angle when you're in a cross on rings. So I think you do need to show the shoulder. So I think if we make sure it is a vest, then that's okay. Shorts, again, I think if we made sure they were above the knee, you don't want them going below the knee to cover up any knee bends, etc. But obviously, saying that, you wear the longs and they go over the knees, but they're very tight fitting. So if we say that that has to go above the knee, then therefore you can still see all those knee bends and arms, etc. And I think that would be nice and clean. The fact that he's wearing his long tights underneath. So I actually always wore some tight fitting shorts underneath my training shorts. I think as a gymnast, as a boy gymnast, you have to keep certain things together. And once I did that, actually, I found some undershorts. Once I put them on, I never trained without them ever again in my entire life. I always put them on. I even now still go to the gym. I make sure my undershorts are on because just moving around doing any kind of sport, I want to make sure I'm kind of tightly together. So I can see why he's actually put those on as well underneath. I think those longs just keep him nice and comfortable for when he's competing. We see it in football. Footballers wear long sleeve shirts underneath, those tight compression shirts, and I think it's absolutely fine to wear tight compression leggings underneath. It's a clean look, and as I say, just choose your colours. Obviously, I think we do need to stick to the rule of the colour scheme, having an all dark baggy black that goes over your elbows, as I've said. There needs to be some kind of tight rules here about it. I haven't quite thought them through, but let me know down in the comments, what do you think could be the rules against it and what should be for it? I think if we made it a vest, I definitely think it should be staying tucked in. Now this is where it's going to be very difficult because you're going around and around and it gets looser and looser and can fly up. Obviously as gymnasts, we're used to training in t-shirts and we have it flying around, so it's not really too difficult for us. But I think if we try to keep it tucked in, a pair of shorts, and I quite like the legging idea underneath, distinguishes between floor and vault, but I don't think it's necessary. I think that can be an option that you can choose to have or not have. I think you could scrap the longs, a nice loose vest, pair of shorts, and we let them compete. And we see the gymnastics for what the gymnastics is. It might go a step too far into parkour style. That's where we need to fine-tune these rules. I definitely think rules are in place for a reason. As I said, it is for safety and it is for being able to see the gymnastics. You can't be wearing a big giant muscle suit. To see them in the dinosaur suits doing gymnastics. We can't have that, obviously. You need to be able to see the body and be able to see the gymnastics on show, on display. But yeah, I think it's really exciting. I think it's fantastic. I think it's good for the sport. It's brought a lot of people talking about it. And that is nothing but good because we need to promote men's gymnastics. We need to be talking about it. We need to be discussing it. And we need the viewership. It's the best sport in the world. So why not see the best sport in the world and make it cool? As I said in my first video, I wanted to make young me proud. It's exactly what Fred's doing. He's making his young him proud and absolutely applaud him for that. And I think it's fantastic. So let's change the uniform. Let's do it. And that's about it for this week. It's only been one topic. It's exciting. What I want to do as we go into the end of the month for February is I kind of want to go through a few of the competitions. I know Cottbus is happening right now. We've seen a few clips already from qualification, but we also had the Welsh Open. We also had Bucks as well. So I kind of want to just go through those competitions, see the results, have a bit of a discussion next week. So hope you enjoy your week. Hope you enjoyed everything we spoke about today and the uniform. Please do let me know what you think, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great week. Peace out. Bye bye.